Yeah. And a second. There we go. All right, it's working this time. I may have to turn this a little bit. Let me kill that curtain. I didn't realize it was gonna deaden out my view so bit poorly. All right, much better. So if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I have a large monitor here, and it's allowing me to the show's about to start. Oh, now it popped up. Live chat pair. Padlocks, hello. Thanks for popping in. So today, doing a little fun chat. We're going to talk about some nutrition. We're going to talk about some books. We're going to talk about having, kill the curtain. Yeah, it's as killed as it's going to get. I need to get those room darkening shades. Luckily, it's just cloudy out. A lot of times it's not. So if you've seen one of my videos I uploaded, I made myself a big command center because on my little 13-inch laptop, I usually have to put the glasses on to read the comments. So now I have a 32-inch TV that I'm not using. From the days of a family only owning one TV to now, I've got TVs in storage. I appreciate it. So, Club 1776 is going to be handing out some free 1-month memberships, which I think is very generous of him. And I really appreciate that. It's not something he has to do. And I'll have to buy him lots of coffee when I'm down in Arizona when I see him. Joni Frails, Singing Beavering, how we doing? So Joni's got a channel. She sings, got a wonderful voice. And Joni, there's a channel. It's later at night, but I think it's like Harold's Karaoke, and they do singing there. Boy, you would be a treat there. They usually start about 10 o'clock Central Time, and they go until midnight, 1 o'clock sometimes. And I like to listen to them when I get home from work because I don't get home till 11:30 at night. Then I just kind of sit back and relax for a little bit, then I go up to bed. So today's special chat, as always, on nutrition and that. And Joni has been one who's been following me and Prepper Nation. And were you in Prepper Nation, Joni? I didn't see. I should have said hello. If I missed you, I apologize for that. And definitely one that would be deserving of that, right? When did I start working out? When I was probably about 13 years old. I had a very high metabolism. I had he was on fire. You might want to watch the replay, but it was a good live stream. He was doing without the rule of law. So 13, I was very skinny. I wrestled 98 pounds freshman year. I had a metabolism that would not shut down. It was very difficult for me to gain weight. I was strong. I had great endurance, but I wanted to get bigger. And of course, a lot of times it's genetics. It's hard to, depending on where your maturity level was. I had a friend who was fully mature at 14. At 14, he had a full beard. He had a big muscular structure, and he was as big as he was ever going to get muscular-wise. You can always get fatter. And when I was 14, I weighed 98 pounds, and I was very skinny and tall. So I started lifting. Good morning, Robin. Another deserving one, Ray, if you're thinking about it. And so I started lifting, which is healthy for you. It starts to strengthen your bones. It kicks up your appetite. So I started lifting at 13. Went to service when I was 18. Went to college when I got out of the service. I was lifting at the college. Got married and started lifting in my garage. Started lifting at the college I was going to. And it just stuck with me. At one time, I was probably 7% body fat. Not anymore. But I was doing a workout that was more of a bodybuilder workout with lots of reps, lots of varied exercises, hitting the same muscle group. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I was wondering how that was working. Well, let's spin the dial. So I've been lifting for 49 years. I took about 3 years off. Good morning, Michael. And I regret doing it, but I had a back injury moving potting soil for the wife. And then there you go. It's a long journey and it has lots of benefits. You know, I'm 62 years old. If I fall out and hit the ground, I don't break something. Okay. I know a lot of people in my age group that would be an issue. Appreciate all the thumbs up, everybody. And if you're in there, pop in, leave feedback, shovel, hey, yep, it definitely does count. So it's funny you bring that up. My new Tennessee home, when I was I think I was 11, 12 years old. I was working for a dairy farmer. I mean, I was baling hay, baling straw, milking the cows, shoveling the poop. And I was able to lift a bale of hay that weighed more than me. So then when I lived down in Florida after the service, I was working for Medieval Times down there. I worked security during the day and I worked a show at night and I took care of the horses. So I was there all the time. And these high school kids they had hired, to help move the hay and all that stuff. They're using a pulley system to put it up 10 feet above them. I go, what are you doing? Well, we got to get it up there. I said, just throw it up there. We can't throw that up there. And I grabbed that and boom, threw it behind me. And I threw all those bales up there and they couldn't believe it. Now, at the time, I was probably about 205 pounds. Daryl Calhoun, good morning. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. So because I was baling hay at 11, when I was in my 20s, I could throw bales of hay like they were nothing. And then about 3 years ago, maybe 4, I'm not sure, I was in Washington, the state of Washington, visiting my daughter. And she gave me a gift for my Father's Day. It took me to the Scottish Games, the Highland Games. Well, I wasn't going to watch. I entered. And it's called the sheep toss, and you're throwing a bale of hay. And I ended up winning that in my division. So I was really good at that. But yeah. Oops, got to go. Okay, well, stop. Thanks for stopping in, Daryl. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate you popping in the chat and saying hello. And so that was, what I did when I was younger really helped me out. So yeah, lifting stuff and things like that. Well, that was random. They gave me one. I don't think they should have done that. Hey, Papa's Farms got one. Paradise Acres got one. Ark Wildman got one. All right. Jason Coates. Wow. Some of these people are going to be like, man, Chris Marie. There we go. Mary Miles. Awesome. Some of these people are going to be going, wow, I haven't watched this channel in a long time. What happened? Or they're not popping in the chat. Well, Ray, thank you very much. It was very generous of you. Did you pay for yours now too? You keep getting knocked out. So time to hydrate. This is water. I use these glass bottles to put filtered water in. So now that we have the let's talk about some nutrients, some things I'm doing. So last night, and of course that's the one I didn't grab. Last night, I'll just talk about it. I had looked up online and it said if you're having a problem falling asleep at night, that taking magnesium before you go to bed will help you relax. So I remembered to do that last night. So, I have a magnesium supplement, about 200 milligrams. So what I do is at work, I have a salt grinder for Himalayan sea salt. And I'll just have it upside down. I'll grind it a few times. I'll pop it off. It's about a quarter teaspoon. And then I chug it down with water. So I do that about twice at work because I'm working next to a furnace and it's very hot. So yes, I do add electrolytes to that. And that's a good point. So I took the magnesium last night and, played around downstairs for about a half hour uploading stuff. And I fell asleep much easier. And I had a better rest. I still had to get up around 3 to go to the bathroom because I'm at that age. But it definitely helped me. So that was one thing I'd recommend if you want a sleep aid that doesn't have any side effects. Because I tried that melatonin one time, and it gave me some really, really bad dreams. Put it this way, I went to a place I had never been before. And when I was talking to my doctor about it, she reported the same thing. Now, it doesn't do it to everybody, but she said it gave her such a nightmare that she stopped doing it. I think I'm going to hit the overhead lights to try to counteract. How's that for a word? Glare. That better? Maybe if I kill this, it might be better too. Well, no, that wasn't. All right. So I'm trying to counteract it, but the potassium, yeah. So I blend up a banana in my shake every morning, and the potassium supplement I have is only 3% of what your body needs. It's not a lot, and I think they do that because if you take too much of it, it could be a bad thing. So when you are taking supplements for the first time, you need to do a little bit of research on them, just to make sure. Shield up there or something. Yes, potassium helps stop cramps. Potassium and magnesium, manganese, and sodium. Those are your electrolytes. And because cramps a lot of times is your electrolytes are too low, and that's no fun. And it could also be growing pains. You're young, so you're growing real fast. But potassium will help. It's best to get it from food, but a supplement doesn't hurt. Like I said, those potassium supplements are only about 3% of what your body needs, but it's better than nothing. But I think if you eat a banana, that's probably about 15 to 20% of what your body needs. Vegetables are also good sources of potassium. So that's a good point. There you go. So that will bring up the next thing. So now we've got oh my God, the variant is coming on. So if you want to strengthen your immune system, besides walking out in the sun and having your body produce a lot of vitamin D, which will help, I also take a supplement. So I got a D3 supplement. Well, Michael, you have a good nap. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. So here are the three main things to strengthen your immune system. This is better than any mask, in my opinion. D3, zinc, and vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is water soluble, so it goes through your system fairly quickly, probably within hours. So vitamin C I take in the morning and I take at night. Vitamin D I take mostly in the winter when I'm not out in the sun a lot, but I'll still take it on a cloudy day. But usually I'm outdoors producing enough of it on my own. And zinc I take every day. Those are going to be best for your immune, build your body, make your body very strong. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Also, when I was doing some of my recaps at night, because I'm right next to the light, and then I was looking at my skin. I'm like, wow, it's looks like it could use some help. So I do have K2. I have a K2. I have a K plus vitamin D supplement that I take about twice a week. I don't take it every day, but I take it about twice a week. Fermented food. Does beer count? But if beer counts, I am sitting good with vitamin. No, I usually, the wife and I go out like on Saturday or Sunday. and that's when we have our cocktails, and that's pretty much all I have throughout the week. Throughout the week, because I work second shift, so it's not like I can drink during the day. And if I have a beer or two before I go to bed, then I'm up too many times. Prepping artist, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. So vitamin E is good for your skin. And what I do is vitamin E is something that will absorb through your skin. So I will go in the bathroom and I'll cut one or two of these open. And what I did is I left it all around this area here last night and here, because this kind of dries out. And I can already see and feel the difference. I usually do this before I go to bed. Otherwise, you kind of look a little oily. Kimchi. No, So I was stationed in Korea. And I tried kimchi. And it passed through my system very quickly and didn't look any different. So I don't eat kimchi. Sauerkraut I do like, but I don't have it that often. It's kind of one of those once in a blue moon one. But I will have it. So yeah, I do have a K plus D supplement because your body can absorb more vitamin K in the presence of vitamin D. Now, if you are on a blood thinner, you need to talk to your doctor first before you take vitamin K. All right, so understand, sometimes these supplements you need to speak to your doctor if you're on medications. Blue Moon is a good beer, yep. Just don't fruit my beer. It's just a preference. But I was at a fancy club in Naperville, and I seen one of the friends I knew from a job I had before, a couple jobs I had before, and they had Blue Moon. He says, "And you got to have it with the orange slice in it." I said, "No, I don't. Don't fruit my beer. I like fruits. I just don't like it with beer." So I'm not a fan of the very fruity IPAs, which should be called shanties. I do like an IPA, but I like a hoppy IPA. So I like the ones that have lots of hops, but I don't like the ones that have a very high fruit taste. Because those should actually be called a shanty. A shanty is a fruit beer. And I had a long conversation with a place about that. When they said it's an IPA and I was drinking, I said, no, this is a shanty. I went to brewing school. I worked for a company that we sold stuff to a brewer for 7 years. And I have homebrewed. I haven't lately, but I do like the IPAs. I like the all-day IPA. That's a good one, although it's false advertisement. Doesn't last all day. It lasts only about 30 minutes and it's gone. Dad joke there. I also called my homestead Buzzy Shanty Homestead. There you go. Paradise Acres, good morning. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. And thanks for the thumbs up. So we were going over vitamin E. I will take the capsule out. I will break it open. I will squeeze my hand. I'll rub it on my face here, especially around the eyes. Not in the eye, but around the eyes. It helps. And also the top of my head because it gets dried out. Because vitamin E will absorb right through the skin. That's actually the best way of doing it. I usually just put it through the skin. Most of the time I don't take this orally, although you can. It is beneficial. Vitamin C, vitamin D3, and zinc are the ones for immunity health. Zinc is also good for repairing body tissue and muscle. There we go. This is a personal one I like to take. It's a amino. It's arginine, and this is really good for circulation and heart health. We're trying to figure out a name for our little homestead. Well, that's a pretty good name, Buzzy Shanty Homestead. I just call mine MacBean Farms because it kind of rings. But arginine I take on a daily basis. I take it heavier than what they say for it, but it works for me. I've been doing this for probably at least 20 years, maybe 25. And I think this is one of the things that keeps me healthy. And then I take, this came from a subscriber, and this is turmeric and moringa. And the moringa was known to help you breathe. And I did have kind of mild asthma because of allergies. And since I've been taking this, I've noticed a significant improvement in my breathing. I mean, not a little bit of improvement, but a significant improvement in my breathing, to the point where I don't need my maintenance inhaler anymore. Don't really need anything. Savage Lee, how we doing? I don't drink. There's nothing wrong with that. I can't really say this came to the computer to gather a few things. You have a wonderful time. Bye. Thank you, Savage Lee, and thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Nothing wrong with not drinking. Well, drink water. Good morning, Teresa. Yeah, I figured you would. Ramble and Rabinette's Retreat. There's a good one. There's a good one. So those are kind of a taste of the, and I take a lot more supplements, but those are ones I want to talk about this time. I drink water, sure. Bye, Beaverines. Bye, Savage Lee. Thanks for popping in. So the next thing I want to show, shake a case on here, is a couple books that I have read, and a lot of you will recognize the author. So this is John Davis, also known as Prepper Nation. So this is the first book I read, was what's called Gunship, and it's a big book. All right, I read this one, I think last year, and then everybody was telling me that this one was a really good one of his, which is Wicked, a zombie tale, and I just finished this one. So you want to read good books? I like these. Book Commander. Is that another story, or is that just a nickname for him? So, I mean, I picked this one out because a lot of the Beaverines are saying this was a good book. And it was. I enjoyed it. So I like reading. I like to read, number one. I also like the nickname for John. There we go. I like to read, number one, but I also like to, have somebody when they give me a recommendation, always works out well. My daughter will be releasing a book probably in February. That's all I can say about it. All right. I've already got the preview on it. But so once that gets released, I will probably buy 10 copies for my subscribers and do a giveaway on that. Another book I picked up because I'm going to do some blacksmithing. I'm going to forge ahead this winter. So I picked up one on forging. I figured it would be nice to know some information before I mess everything up. So at least I can say I messed everything up, but I was educated about it. Wants to write a book. That's great. I love reading, and I'm a very fast reader. But from here to the paper gets a little confusing. So I don't write, but my oldest daughter, she can write. She can articulate. And then the other thing I'm really covering a lot heavily on is I picked this up at a used bookstore. Staying healthy with nutrition. And this has a lot of great information. And it goes through more things. I mean, here's chapter 11, environmental aspects of nutrition. I think this actually be the next one I read. I'm not going in order necessarily. Oh, this is a sticker was sent to me by Last Chance Knives. I bought a wallet from him. I did a video on it. I'll be doing studying on this and then sharing. Thank you. Bacon is my favorite. I really think an exercise is one of your mainstays of staying healthy. I always get books because digital can be wiped out or changed. All right, so how many people have watched Star Wars? Thank you, my New Tennessee home. Yep, I understand that. I'll be getting busy after this too, before too long. I got some potatoes to dig up, and I got to go for my morning walk. I did get up early today because I fell asleep so quickly last night. So that was the benefit of taking that magnesium, is that really helped me go to sleep. Um, so yeah, I'll be digging up my potatoes, but I'm telling you, now that my nutrition is really on point and my exercise is on point, I've been feeling so much better. Uh, but in Star Wars, the original Star Wars, the first one that came out, when you got the bar scene, who shot first, Hans or the bounty hunter? So in the bar scene in Star Wars with Han Solo, who shot first? Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. I am. I got my nutrition down. Well, the bounty hunter shot first. Yep. No. In the second one, when the remake, the bounty hunter shot first. In the original Star Wars, bounty hunter never got a chance to shoot because Han shot him right from underneath the table. So when you watch the remake of it, they say the bounty hunter shot first. That's not true. In the original movie, Han shot him. Bounty hunter never stood a chance. When he says that, you're wanted, blah, 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 boom, Han just blew him away. And then when it got reintroduced, if it's buffering prepper artists, click out of the live stream and come back in, and that takes care of it. So in the original Star Wars, and that's a good point about digital, in the original Star Wars, Hans shot him. In the second rendition of it, they had the bounty hunter shoot first because they said, "Oh, that's just terrible that he would just shoot without being shot at." No, that's if you're wanted in 5 sectors, you shoot first. That's what you do. So that's the one thing about digital formats; they can change the story. Books I read when I was very young. Yeah, just pop in and back out of it, prepping artists. A lot of times that takes care of it. YouTube will do that to you sometimes. But I read Animal Farm. Read that when I was in grade school. And if you haven't read Animal Farm, you should. It's more of a simpler book than 1984. I read that one too. But in Animal Farm, hey, Arc Wild Band, thanks for coming in. Thanks for the thumbs up. In Animal Farm, there was rules. And then all of a sudden the rules would change. Yep. Yeah, sometimes you just have to refresh it and you're good. And that's the problem with digital formats is they can change it and you will never know. That's why I like books. Okay. They can change it or they can erase digital format, but they can't erase books. And I do appreciate all the thumbs up. So yeah, I like to have hardcovers. I know my buddy, he Kindles all the time. I actually have a hard time reading on a Kindle. I understand the convenience. Won't argue that at all. I just prefer a book. I'm an old, I'm stuck in my ways, get off my lawn, kids, old man. So I still use books. But I also try to get new things too. Here we go. I do appreciate that, Ray. That's very nice of you. So, get books. Get books. Books for enjoyment and books for skills. But nutrition, I feel far better now at 62 than I did at 39. At 39, I ate too much junk food. I wasn't exercising that much. And I was smoking. Not a lot, but I was still smoking. I gave all that up around 39. By the time I was 40, I'd hit a new goal, which I never had before. 315 on the bench. At 44, I hit 405 on the bench. My lung capacity went from what the doctor said was poor at 39 to at 50. So my lung capacity was fantastic. And now that I've dialed in my nutrition with supplements, and I hear that. I mean, I'm not running marathons, but only because I'm not training for them. But Now that I've dialed in with supplements, and Casey Little Owl, she has a channel there, and she was really good on that. My physical health has improved greatly. I take no prescriptions. They had me on 3 statins for my cholesterol. They had me on Allegra for my allergy. They had me on a maintenance inhaler, Advar, for my breathing. I'm on none of those now. In the last physical I took, the doctor was actually upset because he said, well, you're way too healthy. You should be having issues and you don't. I said, well, okay. I work hard for that. Now just you should be able to skip them. Shadow Scott Swede, good afternoon. Good that you made it. So Shadow Scott Swede is from Sweden, and he also has a channel. He has a good live on Saturdays, and I hope I didn't piss anybody off when I popped in with the band playing, and that's why I only played for a few minutes. But if that was bothersome, let me know, and I won't do that again. But you got to be careful when I'm listening to live music and got a beer in my hand. You never know what's going to happen. Michelle Scott Sweet has got a good channel out there. He did a thing on a small flashlight that he ordered this week, and he will do that from time to time. So welcome and thanks for coming in. Oh, that reminds me, Shadow. I need to do something here. And the reason I do this is it's my anti-troll stuff. So I probably need to scroll up and make sure I got everybody who should be. I think I do. Since I see home, let's do that one. And you'd be surprised how it keeps the trolls away when they see so many moderators. It tends to keep them in check. Just saying. And I'm not the only one that does this. I've had a few others do that where they're like, okay, let me scroll down. There we go. That was Club 1776 that did that Paradise Acres. So thank him. Yeah, I'm telling you, pow, right together. So the rules with trolls are, as long as they're not using vulgar language, if they want to say something stupid or silly, they must do it in the form of a super chat. Otherwise, we delete the message. So if you have somebody that says something silly, just delete their message and then put in there saying, if you are going to troll, you must do it with a super chat. If you're going to be an idiot, it should cost you money. That's the rule here. Not that they'll follow that rule, but that's the rule. We'll see how well that works. Pretty sure I'll just keep them away, which pretty much what I'm trying to do. So remember, vitamin E for the skin. I actually break the capsules open and I apply it to there. Yeah, stupidity should be painful or cost you money. Vitamin E for the skin, and it can absorb right through the skin. That's why a lot of your aloes and that will have vitamin E in there, but I like just to break it open and put it under solid. I avoided a scar that way. I got my nose split open, and when I was a kid, my mom had me put vitamin E on there the whole time. They had 5 stitches. And by the end of the summer, you never knew I was even there. It was even there. So zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C for your immunity health, also muscle health and repair. Zinc and vitamin C and magnesium are your repair molecules. And magnesium is involved in over 600 enzyme reactions. You're probably right, Shadow. But magnesium is involved in over 600 reactions in your body. So magnesium is extremely important. You get it through a lot of vegetables, but I do take a supplement. Now, if you go to a supplement store like a General Nutrition or Apex Nutrition, they sell a product called ZMA, which is zinc, magnesium, anhydrous. You can take it that way. I do have colloidal silver. Okay. And I had a cough one year that just before COVID was known of. So I don't know, but it was before I discovered it. And I discovered about it back in like November of 19. Because I had a buddy say, hey, you need to see what's going on in China. But that's not what this conversation is about. But I had a guy tell me about that, and I used it, but it has effects. It does kill bacteria. The problem is it kills the stuff that helps you digest. So if you do take colloidal silver, you need to take, I'm trying to think of it now, brain fart, digestive aid that puts bacteria back in there, probiotic. So you need to take a probiotic. Makes you regular like a Swiss watch. There you go. Well, I'm pretty regular. We won't go into that though. Be too much information, right? But I take vitamins and minerals here at home. I take them at work. So I have vitamin C, D3. I have magnesium, zinc, and calcium. I have turmeric and serum. I have ashwagandha, which makes you feel more like a man. Let's just put it that way. And arginine, of course. There's one other one that'll come to me. Coffee. I drink coffee. Oh, I had a cup this morning. My creamer is Irish cream. I see what the wife was paying for those little things of creamer. I said, we could just buy Irish cream, and it's about the same money. So that's what we do. It's not very alcoholic anyway. So those are the things. Read, go for walks. And I've already uploaded, I think, like 5 videos. Binks has been very attentive to me lately. I think this is the first time she actually walked me out to the garden. Usually she'll stay on the deck. I'll go to the garden. And then if I'm out there for 10 minutes, she'll show up. And it could be because it's much cooler outside too. When it was in the 90s, I think she just wanted to stay by the fan on the deck. There you go. You can do that too. But generally, change of seasons, yeah. So it was cooler, so she was more playful. She followed me out to the garden, and then I had these little ears of corn. I picked them, and they actually was ripe corn, but they all had those caterpillars in them. And because it was such a small ear, there wasn't enough for me to even bother cooking. But I had like 5 of those caterpillar worms, so I put them. I took them to the pond, and I gave the fish a treat, and they did make short work of it. And then when I came back through another path, she was still in the garden. She's like, "Hey, what's going on?" So that was that first one I did. Binks, the ninja cat, because she'll try to hide behind that tree, and I'm going, yeah, it's not hiding you as well as you think it is. But she was a feral cat for 6 years. She would live in the shed. She would meow at me, but she would never come within 30 feet of me unless I was on the riding mower. Then she wouldn't get out of my way until I got off the mower. I mean, literally, she'd be laying in the yard. I'd be coming there to mow that area, and she'd just be sitting there. Here, I've got the spinning blades of death, and she just like, so I'd have to shut the blades off, put it in park, and I had to get off the mower. Then she'd run away. And I'm like, and then I think in 2020, it was very cold. She came up to the deck, and she was coming up the deck more often. And when I opened the deck door, she didn't run off the deck. So I gave her a can of tuna, and that's where it started. So, within about a couple months, I started feeding her regular. She started staying on the deck with us. Still couldn't touch her. And about another month, she would be really close. So I picked her up one time. She tensed, but I picked her up, I petted her for a minute, and I set her back down. And then one day in the late spring, the wife and I are on the deck, just relaxing. And I was like, well, where's the cat? And next thing I knew, she was in my lap. So she jumped right up in my lap and started petting her. And then after that, she was always in my lap. And then it took about another year before she would jump on the wife's lap. The first time she did, it scared the hell out of her because she wasn't ready for it. The wife went, and the cat went flying and taking off. She is a jumper. She can jump from the ground and make a leap 6 feet easily. Easily can jump 6 feet from a stop. She just boom. So she's a hunter too. She brings a lot of offerings up. Not lately though. I think she realized that she doesn't have to, but she used to. So those are things like that. So I hope you're enjoying the show. Tomorrow I'll probably be in the gym. And I don't know if it'll be in Streeter or if I'll make the trip out to Shorewood. We'll see how motivated I am. Generally, when I get to sleep before 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm up right around 7, and then I'm a little bit more motivated. There's a few times where I stayed up till about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then I get up at 8 or 8:30, and then I'm not quite as motivated. So I try to make sure I don't do that. So 20 thumbs up. That is excellent. That is awesome. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody popping in. Been on for about 41 minutes. And I welcome you to join in on all my live streams. The next live stream will be tomorrow, and it will be from the gym. Today, I think I'm going to go do my walk. It's nice and cool outside. And then I'm going to dig up at least one of my bags of potatoes, and I'll post that up there. I've been getting about 10 on each bag. Last year, I got 15, but I had a lot of small ones versus big ones. And this one, they've all been decent size. So I think it kind of works out the same way. Huddle House, awful service, awful food, nasty restroom. Next time I'll make sandwiches. Yeah. And that's one thing I talk about restaurants. When I was up in, see how Joni brought that up. When I was up in Pittsburgh, Jason, the Angry Prepper, came down and ran my live stream for me, which I really appreciate. And then we went out to eat. And so we stopped this place. It was a burger and beer place. And they had really good beer. And after 20 minutes, he's like, well, man, how long is it gonna take, for the food to get here? I said, well, think about it. If you order a burger and it comes out in 5 or 10 minutes, do you really want to eat that burger? Because I know when I make a burger, it's not ready in 10 minutes. There ain't no way. So about 25, 30 minutes later, it came out, and it was a really good burger. So much that he bought another one. So if you go to a restaurant, it's supposed to be a high-end restaurant, it's not McDonald's or Arby's, and your food comes out in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'd be suspicious. Okay, it got nuked. It was pre-cooked, God knows when, or it's been frozen and got nuked, and it's not the type of food you want to eat. There was the Gardner House in Gardner, Illinois, when it was open. They had a sign on there, if you're in a hurry for your food, you've come to the wrong place. We cook our food from scratch. And it was really good food, but you might wait 45 minutes for the food to arrive. But it was really, really good food. They learn not to go there hungry. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Ray, thanks for everything. Yeah, almost as big as Shaw. Not quite, but and he is a very nice man. I enjoyed talking to him. I told him about my powerlifting. He eats 12,000 calories a day to maintain his size and strength. All right, and he's got me by at least 150 pounds. But he is a nice man, big man, great competitor. I've watched him for years, all the way until he started winning. So JRC Holmes said, good morning. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. So JRC, just a quick catch up. We talked about some books. We talked about zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D for your immune health. We talked about vitamin E, and then you cut these open and put them directly on your skin. We talked about turmeric and moringa for breathing. L-arginine for blood and circulatory and heart health. And we covered a few books. Staying Healthy with Nutrition. The Home Blacksmith. I'm going to start doing that. And then 2 books from John Davis, also known as the Prepper Nation, Gunship, and Wicked. Those are the two I have read so far. So if you want to have some decent books to read, I guess Wicked is the better written one, although I did like Gunship. Go to John Davis. You can look him up on Amazon. I like to stay busy. Busy as hell. It makes me feel I didn't waste my day. My opinion. Although it's good to have a lazy day every now and then. And I will have them. Actually, I'll consider today a lazy day because I'm not in the gym. I'm just working out and doing things around the house. The one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to just get up, sit on my butt, watch TV or play Fallout, eat, go to work, come home and go to bed. To me, I wasted my day. So I can get up, work in the garden. That's why I enjoy summer more than winter. Although in winter, I'll have the foraging now to do. and just try to stay active. And I'm always looking for ways that I can improve. Because I think there's always things I can do to improve. All right. If you say, wow, I'm at the point where I'm doing everything I ever wanted to do and I don't have anything else I want to learn or experience, that's not a good place to be. So thanks for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. I do appreciate the support on the channel. When you're watching the videos, then if you click on an ad every now and then, just let it run in another window. That'd be great. Don't click on everyone because they'll get suspicious. But somebody's been helping me out on that because my either that or YouTube felt bad about ripping me off and are paying me what they should have been paying me. But lately, the last week has been a very good week for my channel, which I appreciate. I appreciate the gifted memberships. And on Twitter, I appreciate it. I'm going to have to find you on Twitter then, channel. It's still under Shadow Scott Swede the same way. I know I found Prepper Nation. So I need to find you because I've been blocking so many idiots. I still have Biden in the White House on there because I want to just look at this incredibly stupid stuff they post and the people that believe it. But I will look you up on Twitter then, channel. I appreciate that. And I've been doing that, and I'll probably do that even a little bit more. I'll start sharing other people's videos on my community page. Just I think it's good for all of us. So I know I have done that with a few of them on there. And unless anybody new pops in, no, it's my real name on Twitter. Okay, well, it's my real name on Twitter too, John MacBean. So if you can find me in front of me, do that. Or if you just want to shoot me an email, Shadow, I'll type this in. I don't want you to get a real name over here. At scottishfitness@gmail.com. You can shoot me an email on how to find you, or I could just do that. Hey, Gordon, that's a cool name. I like that. All right, I'm following you. Or we could do that. That works too. So I just followed you. And how do I do myself? So here, this is one of mine. I have two. I didn't mean to, but I do. Control C. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, if I did everything right, that should do it. And then I'm also on Shavings in Their Food. Yeah, I remember when I raised pheasants, they would do it. I also am on Instagram under the same thing, MacBean Scottish Fitness. So you can follow me on Instagram. Of course, basically, I'm just putting the shorter versions of my videos on there. So if you're already on YouTube, I mean, it's great that you do it, but you don't have to. But if you do, I'm also on Instagram as MacBean Scottish Fitness also. But you'll see the same videos that you see here. But if anybody wants to follow me on Twitter, That's how you can follow me on that one. I do have a second one too. I'm not sure which one that is. They pretty much have the same picture. And I'm up to 22 likes, which is something I haven't seen in a long time. So that's great. I appreciate that. And everybody have a wonderful day. Welcome to New Year's resolution. Robin, thank you very much. So the ones that did get gifted, I appreciate it. Those of you who joined, remember, as a member, whether you signed up you're on your own or got gifted, you can email me at scottishfitness.com for any nutrition or workout advice. And if want to, once every now and then, we can actually do a live video on Messenger and talk about your goals. So that comes with the membership. It's automatic. Even if you're not a member, if you email me and ask for advice, I'm probably still going to give it to you. But I mean, it's not like I have 100,000. All right, coffee first. Thanks for popping in. Hey, better late than never. Quick rendition. Talk about John's book, That Prepper Nation Wicked by John Davis. I also read his book, Gunship, earlier. This is what I'll be doing this winter. I'll be trying to forge stuff. And this is what I'll be talking about on my things is staying healthy through nutrition, which I think is extremely important. Then we talked about the importance of zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C for immunity health. Talked about vitamin E. Go ahead and break the capsules open. And I direct them top me the skin around my eyes and upper face and on my scalp. Moringa for breathing better. I thought I already joined until I didn't see the little star. Okay, well, I appreciate, the little star there. And I appreciate that. So there's 3 levels, but any level is fine. Just ignore the last level because I couldn't change the price on that. And really, the New Year's resolution or what gym member is fine. It's just so I can sit there and tell the people I really want to concentrate on. And then L-arginine for circulatory and heart health. Also, it helps with cholesterol. So that was it in a bag, kind of. We did have some great conversations. I appreciate everybody popping in and supporting this channel. It means a lot to me. I love hearing stories how people are getting in better shape. And yes, lifting bags of feed and baling hay and pulling weeds and hoeing the garden and chopping wood, all that is wonderful exercise. Probably one of the best exercises there because you are incorporating a lot of muscles. And the best thing you can do for yourself to make yourself feel better is eat healthier. Go for walks outside. Turn the news off. It's all depressing, and it's not news anyway. Magic Prepper kind of talked about that. They don't have news anymore. They have propaganda. And watch YouTube channels that are informative and interesting, like The Body Beatdown, Prepper Nation, Alaska Prepper. You want to hear some good singing? Joni Friel's a singing Beaverine. Northern Girl Hobbies I follow. Casey Little Owl for supplements. And if you do have a prepping artist, you can go ahead and you can pop your link on there. As a moderator, you can do that now. Prepping artist, follow. Most of the time I can't hear what you're saying because I'm at work and there's too much background noise. Just threw myself out of chat. It happens. So, once again, this is called a Midwest Goodbye. It takes about 3 times. I'm going to get ready to go for my walk, which I'll probably record that and talk about what a great time I had here on my live stream. And tomorrow's live stream will be out of the gym, whether it's in Shorewood or if it's in Streeter, I'm not sure. The advantage of Streeter is only 15 minutes away, where Shorewood is an hour away. So it might be Streeter. Unless anybody else is going to pop in. And there's Prepper Artist Channel. So you go ahead. You'll probably be having a live stream this evening, if I remember correctly. So go ahead and pop in her live stream. Oh, I got some from the union. Maybe it's a raise. Everybody have a wonderful day.